A small group of devotees have glimpsed what was once hidden. A colossal glass cephalopod they call Prismoctopus, cloaked in the endless dark of space, bending and scattering light to remain unseen. These devotees are straying from tradition, treading the path of glass in pursuit of heretical knowledge, and chasing patterns in fractured light and strange numbers once dismissed as meaningless. Welcome to the Grove, everybody! My name is Eli, and today we're diving into the upcoming expansion for Cosmoctopus called Beyond the Inky Realm, which is coming soon to Kickstarter, and we've included a link to the campaign in the description below. Both the base game and the expansion were kindly provided and published by Paperfork Games, designed by Henry Audubon, and with art by George Doutsiopoulos. The upcoming Kickstarter campaign is bringing a second edition of Cosmoctopus, as well as an expansion that adds 32 new Devotee cards, 4 more First Contact cards, starting trinkets that give your engine a jump start, a beautiful glass die, and most importantly, a whole new cephalopod to impress. The expansion introduces new mechanics that focus on speeding up gameplay, improving the amount of cards you'll come across in the card row, a new solo mode with scalable difficulty, and much more that we'll go over in more detail here shortly. Keep in mind that we are looking at a prototype copy of the game, so rules and components are subject to change. To get started, let's first review the base game at a high level, but if you're already familiar with the rules, feel free to use the timestamps below to skip ahead. In Cosmoctopus, players are taking on the role of devotees with the goal of summoning the Great Inky One from the Inky Realm, by being the first player to gain 8 tentacles. On your turn, you'll be moving Cosmoctopus along these tiles, and you'll gain the rewards of whichever one it lands on. These mostly involve gaining resources or cards, but can have other effects depending on the special tile you pick during setup. Speaking of cards, you can play one from your hand on your turn by paying the resource costs listed in the top left corner, and these come in 4 flavors. Black scripture cards give you permanent discounts on future costs, such as this one, which gives you a discount of 2 stars for the rest of the game. Yellow relic cards give you increased resource generation, like this one, which lets you gain 3 additional red whispers every time you would gain a whisper. Red hallucination cards provide powerful instant effects when they are played, such as this one, which gives you 8 gold. And finally, we have the blue constellation cards, which require you to commit resources towards them. You have to start in the top left corner, and once you put a resource there, it unlocks all of the slots that are connected to it with an arrow. After you've filled every slot, you gain the reward listed at the bottom. When you gain a tentacle, you'll add it to your summoning tile, and when you gain your first one, you'll also get to take one of the First Contact cards, which are first come, first serve. These give you bonuses that you can use throughout the game. There are also these Forbidden Knowledge tiles that you can purchase at any point on your turn as long as you can afford the 13 resources they cost. Doing so earns you 2 tentacles and removes that Forbidden Knowledge from the game so other players can't gain it. At the end of your turn, you'll need to discard down to 8 cards and 8 of each resource type, after which it's time to turn Cosmoctopus so it's facing the next player in turn order. Play continues until someone collects their 8th tentacle, at which point the game immediately ends and they're declared the winner. And with that out of the way, it's time to dive into the expansion. Like I said before, Cosmoctopus Beyond the Inky Realm introduces a few new mechanics without being too heavy on the rules. Let's begin by talking about the new resource type, glass, which is placed throughout the Inky Realm both during setup as well as throughout the game. Just like the 4 resources in the base game, glass is used to cover card costs, work towards constellations, and can also be used to move Prismoctopus along the path of glass board, which can gain you some pretty powerful effects. Anytime you move Cosmoctopus to a tile in the Inky Realm, and that has a glass resource on it, simply add it to your personal supply. This encourages players to really explore the Inky Realm and seek new paths rather than returning to the same tile each turn. The Path of Glass is the mysterious realm of Prismoctopus, and you can pay glass to move it into one of the 4 sections. When you do so, you'll gain the listed reward and then add glass to each Inky Realm tile that has the matching icon listed at the bottom. So for example, the gold icon means you'll add 1 glass resource to each tile in the Inky Realm with the gold icon. Finally, if at any point there is no glass left in the Inky Realm, you'll move Prismoctopus back to the center of the Path of Glass and add 1 glass resource to each tile with a resource icon in the Inky Realm. If you played the base game before, I'm sure you noticed these new icons on the Path of Glass. So let's review those now, starting with this die icon. Prismoctopus in its infinite kindness bestows gifts upon its most devoted followers. When you gain this reward, you may take the glass die from the tentacle holding it and roll it, gaining the reward on the face you roll, which are either 1 or 2 of a resource type. Resources gained this way are also boosted by relics. Moving on to the telescope icon. The expansion gives each player a telescope tile. At any point during a player's turn, they can flip their telescope face down and choose to either fill 1 open constellation slot for free, or discard the whole card row. Whenever you gain the telescope reward, you may flip your telescope tile back to its face upside, and the telescope can be used more than once per turn if you're able to refresh it. This also increases the amount of cards that you're going to see in the card row. Next, we have this question mark icon, which is known as a pocket dimension. The first time a player activates this icon, they can choose one Inky Realm tile not being used in the game. You'll need to set it aside, after which you'll receive the bonus shown on the chosen Inky Realm tile. From here on out, whenever you gain the pocket dimension reward, you'll gain the effect of your chosen Inky Realm tile. This is a permanent choice because once you pick your pocket dimension tile, you're locked in, so choose wisely. Lastly, we have this torn page icon, which represents a loose page. Anytime you gain this reward, you get to draw one of the loose page mini cards. These act just like scriptures, just with a smaller discount. In addition to all these new icons, we also have new special Inky Realm tiles to spice up your game. Just remember that during setup, you'll need to choose one of these instead of a special tile from the base game. Speaking of setup, the expansion also adds a way to jumpstart your engines. Each player will be dealt a Trinket card, which acts as a mini relic and gives your engine a small boost from the get-go. As one of Cosmoctopus's most faithful devotees, I'm sure you're all too familiar with Forbidden Knowledge. Beyond the Inky Realm, there lies something even more powerful: Prismatic Knowledge. These cost a whopping 21 resources, but you'll gain 3 tentacles if you're able to afford them. Just like Forbidden Knowledge, your discounts can be applied to the cost, and you may discard cards to afford them. Should you cash out at 13 to obtain the familiar Forbidden Knowledge, or leave it behind for another devotee to pick up and push even further beyond to Prismatic Knowledge? In addition to the new special tiles and Prismatic Knowledge, there's yet another reward offered for the most dedicated devotees: title tiles. If at any point on your turn you have a resource discount equal to or greater than that shown on the title tile, you may immediately take it. There are 4 in total, each corresponding to a different base game resource type. When you claim a title tile, you'll gain a tentacle, and once during the game on your play a card step, you may flip the tile over to play a card of the matching type from the card row as if it were in your hand. You can earn multiple titles, but each one may only be flipped once per game. And with that out of the way, let's talk about these new devotee cards. There are new scripture cards with instant effects that give you loose pages, and others that allow you to take the pocket dimension reward. These can lead to some pretty huge swings if you're able to get your engine going with them. There are also 2 new hallucination card types: Riddles and Resolution. Riddles require you to choose another player to select which reward you'll receive, which requires some planning, because if they pick a reward you can't actually take, you just don't get anything. Resolutions, on the other hand, require you to discard 3 of the shown card type in order to play it, which means you really need to manage your hand carefully and consider which card you're drawing from the card row. The new astronomical items relics allow you to refresh your telescope as an instant effect, and they also grant you additional rewards every time you complete a constellation. The game pieces relics, on the other hand, allow you to immediately roll the glass die when played and give you additional resources like normal. Finally, there are 2 new constellation types: Converging and Cyclical. Converging constellations have 3 resources on the left side that are all considered open, and you can choose which one to start with. When all 3 slots on the left side are filled, you can fill the final right side slot, which will gain you a tentacle and also let you convert all non-glass resources to the type shown on the card. These conversions can't be prevented, so it's important to plan ahead. Cyclical constellations, however, work exactly how they sound. All of the slots are considered open to start, but once you pick one, you must follow the arrows. These will grant you a tentacle, but also allow you to randomly draw one of the first contact cards that isn't currently being used in the game. And that's pretty much it for the new mechanics. The game also comes with new Inky Realm configurations to keep the game fresh, as well as a new solo mode with scalable difficulty, and some more goodies that you'll learn more about during the Kickstarter campaign. Speaking of which, Cosmoctopus Beyond the Inky Realm will be live on Kickstarter soon, and we've included a link to the campaign in the description below. If you want to see us play Cosmoctopus, let us know by leaving a comment. And if you enjoyed this and want to see more overviews, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.